Mr. Sadek, you hired the defendant to do some painting work in your house?
Correct.
On what date did you hire him?
On March 4th, 2018.
How did you find him?
I found him through a Nextdoor app. It's a community app where he was referred by a couple of people on the app. So I contacted him.
Online?
Yes, ma'am.
Just for my own information, there's an app. People write nice reviews about somebody.
Correct.
And from that, you type in the app and you say, home painting.
General contractor.
General contractor.
Yes, Your Honor.
But you don't, in fact, go and check out the source of that. So somebody could have their sister, brother, aunt, uncle, mini, children, pet poodle, whomever, write a glowing report about a particular person. And if you're looking on that app, you don't know who wrote it.
Absolutely correct, Your Honor.
When was he supposed to start the job?
On March 12th.
Did you have a written contract?
Yes, Your Honor.
May I take a look at it? Do you have your copy of the contract?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
I'd like to take a look at it. Because there's some crossing out here. I want to make sure it's both the same. Okay, so $1,500 down, $1,500 on completion. What's your first name?
Charles.
Why did you write your last name here?
I signed it on the bottom of that contract, ma'am.
Well, who can understand the handwriting? Bubba's Handyman by Charles.
Yes.
And who prepared this contract?
That is a generic contract that we use.
Well, that's ridiculous. Would you explain to me what the scope of the work is?
Yeah, the scope of work is...
No. On here. On here. What's the scope? Well, he's going to pay you $3,000. For what? Where does it show me? This is your contract. Where does it show me in this contract what you were going to get paid $3,000 for?
Yeah, for painting,
No.
drywall.
Just a second.
There's another paper that should have been with that, ma'am.
There isn't one, Your Honor. Doesn't exist.
Shh. Well, I mean, you signed it, then you're a fool. When you sign a contract, then you don't appear to be a foolish man to me. You appear to be an intelligent man. Why would you sign a contract that didn't tell you what the work was, unless I didn't read it? He was supposed to sell it to provide the materials, such materials and labor to be provided to the customer for the performance of the work specified in writing in an SOW, which I assume, look how, scope of work.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, that is correct.
It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous contract. It's ridiculous for you to give him. For somebody who's been in business, you say, I've been in business 19 years, I never had a problem. And it's ridiculous for an intelligent person to sign, to give somebody $1,500 and not, what if he said, I'm going to $1,500, I'm going to write Charles on your door. That's the scope of work. Charles and a big heart.
I agree.
Ma'am, we had went over the scope with him of what we was going to do.
Miss Charles, listen to me very carefully. You're the businessman.
Yes, ma'am.
You can't tell me, if you're in business, and you've been in business for 19 years, according to your answer, this is a signed contract, signed by you and the plaintiff. Nothing outside the four corners of this contract is relevant unless it is signed and executed in the same form as this document, unless you have a signed scope of work, which I assume is what SOW means, S-O-W.
Yes, ma'am.
Show me the SOW.
I don't have that with me.
Well, you're the businessman. You're supposed to have the SOW. You refer to it in this document. So whatever is outside that is called parole evidence. It's inadmissible to tell me what the scope of work was. Do you understand?
Yes.
Fix it if you plan on being in business anymore.